AI. It's everywhere, right? It's like you can't escape it.
It is, it's having a moment, that's for sure.
It really is. And,
Yeah.
you know, we want to make sure that all of you listening can really get a grip on it all.
Yeah.
So we're going on this deep dive today,
Yeah.
looking into AI, what's good, what's bad, and, well, what we just don't know yet.
Yeah.
We've got some super interesting notes to guide us here. Gichumai, they're called.
Okay.
And then this text all about AI's potential and also some of the downsides that we're hearing about.
Right.
So let's jump right in.
Okay.
This text, it talks about AI making things, well, more efficient, especially things like healthcare and business. Like imagine AI going through medical scans and being able to see problems, like way before a human could.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like having a doctor with superhuman abilities, you know?
Yeah.
Catching those diseases early, personalizing your treatment, even predicting like natural disasters so we can get ready. I mean, that's huge for saving lives, you know?
And it's not just healthcare, right? This source, it mentions AI helping us tackle these big global challenges, you know, like climate change. And that idea of smart energy grids, it really caught my eye.
Yeah. Smart grids, they're really about using AI to like predict how much energy we're going to need.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it can shift things around, make sure power's going where it needs to go, and make sure we're using, you know, solar and wind when we can.
So it's knowing when the sun's shining and being like, okay, let's use that energy.
Exactly. You know, we got to reduce our reliance on those fossil fuels, right?
Absolutely. But reading through this, it also brings up jobs. Like what happens when AI starts doing jobs that people used to do?
Yeah, that's the worry a lot of people have. And honestly, it's a real concern. Some jobs are definitely going to be, you know, taken over by machines. But I think it's important to remember, like throughout history, technology has always shifted the job market, right? I mean, think about when cars came around. That kind of killed the horse-drawn carriage business. But it created, you know, a whole bunch of new industries.
Right. So it's not just about jobs disappearing, but it's also like, okay, what new jobs are being created that we haven't even thought of yet?
Right.
Like maybe AI will change our jobs, make them better, make them more, you know, focused on creative stuff because the AI can handle the boring bits.
Exactly. I mean, who wouldn't want to be freed from those repetitive tasks, right?
Totally. But I guess we also need to like be ready for that. Like, you know, make sure people are learning the skills they need for these new AI-powered jobs.
Absolutely. We need to adapt our education, you know, help people make that transition.
For sure. Now, this Van Benedictan, it brings up something else. Like, could AI actually make things less equal? You know, that gap between the rich and the poor, could it get bigger because of AI?
Yeah, that's a really important point. We have to think about, you know, who actually gets to use AI and who benefits from it. It's up to like our leaders in government and in businesses to make sure AI is developed fairly, that it's inclusive. You know, it doesn't just benefit a select few.
Right. And then there's this idea, you know, are we going to get like too dependent on AI? Will we lose our ability to think for ourselves, to like question things?
That's an interesting one. It's definitely something to think about. As AI becomes more and more a part of our lives, we can't just, you know, blindly trust these algorithms. We got to keep our critical thinking skills sharp.
Totally. Like, remember that saying, to err is human, but to really mess things up, you need a computer.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about like all the good stuff AI could do and some of the worries. But what about security? Like the source mentions facial recognition.
Yeah.
You know, what if that tech ends up in the wrong hands?
Yeah, that's a scary thought. I mean, imagine, you know, a government using AI to track people, to control what they do. We have to protect privacy, you know, make sure everyone's freedoms are safe in this new AI world.
Absolutely. And then there's the big question, the one that everyone's like a little bit scared of, I think. What if AI gets too smart? You know, like artificial general intelligence, AGI, that's what they call it.
Yeah, AGI, that's the stuff of sci-fi movies, right?
Right.
But some people, some experts, they think it could really happen. Like one day machines will be as smart as us or even smarter. And if that happens, we got to make sure, you know, we've taught them the right values, that their goals line up with ours.
It's a lot to think about, isn't it? From like changing healthcare to jobs being different to AI maybe being in charge one day.
It is. It's a lot. But at the end of the day, AI it's just a tool.
Yeah.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or it can be used in ways that aren't so good. It really comes down to the choices that we make, today, right now, to shape how AI develops.
It's a pretty amazing time to be alive, I think. A little scary, but amazing.
Yeah.
So everyone listening, stay informed. Ask those tough questions. Get involved in the conversation about AI because it's going to affect all of us.
Yeah.
And who knows what the future holds, right?
Right.
Maybe it's full of amazing things. Maybe there's some bumps in the road, but we get to help decide. And that's pretty incredible.
It is.
So keep thinking about it, everyone. And we'll be back soon with another deep dive into, well, whatever the world throws at us next.
Sounds good.